Oke guys, kita balik lagi bersama gua di sini. Ya, kali ini kita akan main atau melanjutkan planet Zoo. Kemarin sudah di sini ya, di Goodwin House. Kita ada 3 bintang. Ini masih tutorial ya. The Madagascar Simian Conservation Project, masih tutorial ya. Oke lah, kita langsung saja ke dalam game ya. Kita medium ya, biasa. Kita ambil tengah-tengah aja, langsung dalam game. Oke guys, kita sudah ada dalam game ya. Kita biasa.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh?
Wah,
Apart from the
tempatnya
weathers,
bagus juga ini.
they don't call these places rainforests for nothing.
Kita masih bersama Bernie di
The
sini
city
guys.
we're working in is an ape sanctuary where we're doing vitally important conservation work, not just for apes,
Ooh,
but for
yeah.
all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are, and yet the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in a right one. When I get back, I expect my life will be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then?
Masih
It's
sama
all
Nancy lagi ya.
to be honest.
Kayak
This is
fokusnya
Bernie's
ya
private
kayak
sanctuary. It's not just primates,
monyet
though.
ya,
We've
monyet
got
apa?
all sorts of animals. So why don't
Orang
we all have
hutan.
a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the
Red-ruffed
ones that look
lemurs.
like they
Oh,
should be
lemur.
a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Oke, kita play kah? Oke, langsung play ya. Kita langsung dapat misi nih. Seperti biasa ya, masih tutorial ini kan, tutorial kedua. Ini ya, lemur ya.
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Massachusetts. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years.
Oke,
Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Borneo orangutan. Wih, Bornean. Oke, kita lanjut ke nih, locate the high crowd area. Mana areanya? Wah, ini areanya
The
guys.
Bornean orangutan is such
The
a
Borneo
marvelous creature. They're
orang.
always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, what
Namanya
do you
Agung.
think of that?
Agung.
Open up the information panel and go into the animal camera.
Siapa yang namanya Agung adik-adik? Agung jadi orang orangutan Agung.
Just incredible. When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Locate the high crowd. Oke, udah. Kita sudah selesai meng-view Agung ya. Kita pindah lagi.
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed.
Emang iya?
And wouldn't you know it,
Mana?
one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too.
Oh, ini yang collab ya.
Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel.
Oh, ini monyet.
Good. Now open the animals tab.
Animal tabs.
And click on box all animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
Animal dan animal. Terus animal storage. Yang mana gimana? Kita klik, terus animal, terus view animal, box all animals.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation.
Okay.
So we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish.
Hire a vet.
Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Vet mana vet?
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
Oh ini hire a vet.
Now click on one of the paths to place the vet in your zoo.
Send animal to.
Right. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
Kabur anjir. Mana ininya? Mana? Oh ini nih dia nih. Ini dia monyetnya nih. Wah, ada monyet kabur.
And then click on the call vet button to call the vet over to capture it. Okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again.
Wih,
Head
siap.
back over there.
Kita fix
As you can
habitatnya.
see, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it.
Ya ini.
Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Kocak. Ya elah. Kok nggak bisa ini ya? Nggak bisa apa namanya? Langsung sini ya? Kemarin bisa kayaknya langsung sini. Langsung nempel gitu, joinan. Udah, ini apa ini? Oh, delete dulu. Ngomong dong.
Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that. Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Gimana? Curve, barrier top, habitat premier, curve, make a boundary. Kok ini sih? Salah boy. Ini. Kok barrier top?
Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again.
Unbox. Mana? Unbox saja Aldan Mouse.
So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts.
Itu mekanik.
You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers.
Ya oke, siap Nancy. Kita sudah dapat nih.
Crack, crumble and fall down.
Sudah dapat bronze.
Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Biar esensial. Wih, dapat ini tak mau orangutan sama apa nih? Panda.
Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Located the highland area. Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with
Wah,
an escape
sekarang nggak ada ininya.
The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
Locate
You
the
see,
highlight
another key
area.
responsibility for our vets is animal research.
Oh, ini nih.
Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animal's food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research center.
Mana
And
nih?
once
Di depan ya?
again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it. Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research center. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research center for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research center to the existing building.
Ya.
Right. Splendid work. Now that we have a brand
Oh,
spanking
research.
new research center, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via the
Ya, vet.
information panel.
Lemur.
Let's not worry about that just now.
Research, gue udah nyoba kemarin research.
Researching ring-tailed lemurs.
Lemur.
Go into the zoo
Oh, ini
section
lemur
and
nih.
select vet research.
Ya ini dengannya dia.
Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now,
Oh ya, jadi
drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
wis.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or if you like, pop them down on a
Oh,
stand.
ini education board ya. Mana masangnya? Oh, udah ada TV-nya. Mana dia? Kocak. Oh. Okein aja lah.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Ini gimana ini? Nah, kok malah ada pliket?
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious.
Ini
When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal,
Jelek banget.
you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
Tunggu boy. Jelek banget ini boy. Saya taruh yang bener boy. Nah, terus kita cari kan gambar lemur, rintel lemur kan. Nah, udah. Ini apa ini? Bohong. Terus facility. Oh, ada dua. Oke. Itu apa ya? Nggak nempel loh. Itu gua manual. Salah. Yang merah. Ya ampun, boy. Yang merah. Nah. Terus kita geser dah. Oke, terus ini kita ganti lemur.
Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said. Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
Itu udah. Place the Ericsson speaker for oh. Biasa. Edit lagi.
Fantastic. Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to
Yeah.
They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
Ya, ini kan koleknya. Wih, level.
Collect your research rewards.
Oke.
Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Bagi misinya nih.
Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space. And you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need.
Iya, tempat tersebut manjat ya.
Bring up their information panel. Next, click on the terrain tab. Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch. By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
Tuh, kasih tuh.
That's a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it.
Set for quality.
Make them even happier though. Nicer food. But that's true of all of us though, isn't it?
Ini ya food ya?
You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
Habitat. Food. Yang mana nih? Food quality. Water, food tray. Ini kah? Ini kah, men? Gimana sih Tutor? Set lemur, pokoknya makanan lemur sampai ke grade 2. Gimana caranya ke grade 2 makanannya? Ini apa sih? Ini makan kan ya? Select habitat. Oh gitu caranya. Animal tab.
There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality.
Yeah.
Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already watering.
Itu apa lagi?
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities.
Releasing animal on the wild.
Animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild. So the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them.
Jadi kalau udah tua tuh dilepas ya.
Conservation credits are vitally important.
Terlalu lama
They're
gitu.
the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's
Rilis
more,
Agung.
the animals you can adopt will be of a higher
Gung, mana lo
quality.
Gung? Gung.
So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our
Kan Agung. Oh, ini Agung nih.
habitat.
Buana ini.
Okay.
Agung,
I'd like
Agung.
you to
Ini
find
kali Agung ya.
Plaga, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select
Dila.
him, please.
Tapi
You can
Dila.
either click through each
Ini
orangutan
nih Agung nih, Gung.
or select the
Ah, ini
habitat
Agung
area,
nih.
go to the animals tab in the habitat information
Gimana? Oh,
panel,
ini rilisnya.
and find him in the animals list.
Rilis ya.
I know it's sad to say
Agung.
no, but you'll be happy
Kamu
out in the
selamat
wild.
tinggal Agung.
And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile.
Kamu telah bebas dari tempat
You've definitely got potential.
apa ya? Mendatang.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although
Parah banget,
it hardly
Agung.
seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Masih ngomong aja. Oke guys, kita terbiasa ya.
So far, we've done a lot of work with
Kita
but now it's time.
Oke guys, kalau gitu sampai sini saja kita bermain game ini. Kita akan lanjutkan besok ya di part 2. Oke, kalau gitu jangan lupa di like, komen, dan juga di subscribe. Dan kalau gitu gua pamit dan bye.